We have gotten together a team of professionals that are using artificial intelligence in analysis and research.
The former president and CEO of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce has found a new opportunity.
Greg Blase is now the CEO for Nexus 360.
Our goal is to help organizations, whether that's corporate or nonprofit or even political entities, help them bridge the gap between strategy and execution.
Blase says Nexus 360 is here in Palm Coast to be a trusted partner for organizations looking to make an impact.
We're using data and research along with artificial intelligence to help us identify trends and patterns and really help companies have access to information that wasn't available before to help them make strategic decisions to help their organizations grow and thrive.
Services of Nexus 360 include risk management and mergers and acquisitions.
We're excited to launch this company. It's going to be here in Palm Coast, and certainly we're looking to do business throughout the state of Florida, but we've been successful already in signing a couple of key contracts just in our first day, so I'm really excited about the future.
Blase served as president and CEO of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber from its beginning in 2020 and then stepped down the middle of 2024. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, October 3rd. A man's in custody after a domestic violence incident and a chase.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley said that before the chase, the man was involved in several other incidents.
The man that had committed a domestic violence battery in the city of Bunnell and then pushed the victim out of the car and took off, driving very slow, was then involved in a vehicle crash with injuries and left the scene.
Sheriff Staley said his deputies saw the vehicle traveling about 2 to 3 miles an hour on US 1. They tried to stop the car.
And while it slowed down to just 1 to 2 miles an hour, he refused initially to stop.
Staley said the deputies deployed stop sticks, flattening the tires, and the driver surrendered. That, though, was not the end of it.
He had to be coaxed out of the vehicle using a shatter ball to break a window so that deputies could see inside the vehicle.
Sheriff Staley said deputies recognized the man as 33-year-old Kyle McNary, who he said had several run-ins with the law. Deputies took McNary to the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility, where he's being held without bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
We're at an inflection point in the history of this city, and I hope everyone recognizes that. So we've got a lot of things we have to fix.
Palm Coast mayoral candidate Mike Norris spoke at the Flagler Tiger Bay Candidates Forum last week.
One of the primary reasons I started getting involved in politics was when I heard a conservative council vote themselves 151% pay raise.
Norris says the current city council has failed the citizens.
We, the city, were robbed. We wasted a once-in-a-generation opportunity by having a Speaker of the House from our district. We didn't get $35 million for wastewater treatment plant 1. We didn't get $42 million for Old Kings Road. We didn't get $6 million for the YMCA, and that's a problem.
Norris says if elected, he'll get right to work searching for a city manager.
I talked about an outside hire for the city manager, and that's going to be my push, to hire somebody that's not embedded in this city or beholden to developers or other organizations within the city. I think there's a lot of grift in this city, and I want to see it stop because of the things I've been seeing and hearing.
If you missed the event, you can watch it on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Moody.
Earlier this week, the Palm Coast City Council honored the Palm Coast Fire Department in recognition of Fire Prevention Week 2024. The theme this year is smoke alarms. Make them work for you. Caitlin Bowler is a driver engineer for the Palm Coast Fire Department.
Smoke alarms significantly reduce the risk of dying in a residential fire by more than half, and we've witnessed firsthand how they save lives in our community. Throughout the month of October, our department will be visiting all elementary, pre-K, and VPK schools across Palm Coast, reaching nearly 10,000 students with essential fire safety lessons.
Since 1922, the National Fire Protection Association has observed Fire Prevention Week during the week of October 9th in remembrance of the Great Chicago Fire. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.